Jennifer. I would like to invite you to join me in some basic stretching with Pilates, yoga, and ballet for your whole body to strengthen your core and stay in shape. I've always been interested in health and fitness. I am not certified to teach classes, however, as a participant of various classes for years, I wish to share my knowledge with you. I want this to be fun and interactive without causing your body any harm. Please do not push yourself past your limits. Feel free to ask questions and post comments on any of the exercises that we are doing. Thank you. Hello, thank you for joining me today. If you find that you're more advanced than I'm showing in the basic exercises, you can do it in double time and speed them up. You can also use soup cans or hand weights for the exercises and may choose to use a resistance band. I prefer to do the exercises with bare feet. You may choose to use bare feet or runners, whichever is most comfortable for you. Some of the exercises you may need a chair or a wall or a yoga mat. Weights and resistance bands are optional, so let's get creative and share your ideas. Let's begin. So today we're going to start with our 5-minute cardio warm-up, and I have Rod here with me today. He didn't think that this was very hard to do. He thought it was actually quite easy to do, so we're going to put him to a little bit of the test, and because this is just basics, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to keep up, but we will find out. So what we're going to do to start our cardio is we're going to start just by marching on the spot, and this is how we're going to start our cardio warm-up today. Now you have to get off the bench. You need to get up. God. No, it doesn't work that way. We need to get up, and we're going to start by doing our marching on the spot. If you happen to have a treadmill or if you have an exercise bike, you are welcome to do that instead for your 5-minute cardio.
Is this proper form?
Yes. Yeah. This is proper form to start, yes. Because what we want to do is we want to warm up our muscles. We don't want to stretch cold, because then we'll get a better stretch and then we don't hurt them. So now what we're going to do also to our cardio is we're going to add a little bit of we're going to keep the arms going, and we're going to add a tap with your legs. We're going to go tap, 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 tap. And we want to hold our form on our tap. Now we're going to do our arms together and tap, and we want to remember to hold our core. We want to keep our core together and move with our hips when we do our tap. No, not like that. No. Like we want to keep our hips still and move our legs when we do our tap, 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 tap. And if you want, you can do it double time like Rob is.
Is it yoga or dance lessons?
I'm going to bring it slowly down to do single time, because we started off in double time. So if you want to go faster, Rod, you can go faster and show double time. I'm just going to bring it down to single time, and now with the arms, I would like to go over and across with your arms. We're going to bring them, now we're going to move our feet, if you can do this, and we're just going to bring our feet back. Feet back. Touch behind your legs. This is our cardio warm-up.
Well, I think it was a dance lesson.
We're doing cardio. Cardio can be whatever you want to warm up, as long as we get our muscles warm. So always remember to hold your core and hold your form when you're doing this. We don't want to be bent over. We want to hold our core when we're doing our exercises, because it's going to protect our back. Okay, so now let's go back to marching. And the little ball of fur is Goldie. She's always been part of exercises, so she likes to participate too. Okay, so now we're gonna add some different arms, and we're gonna go up and down, and up and down. And move from your shoulders and slow and controlled. We wanna do it slow and controlled. And I'm just gonna slow mine down. Rod can keep going at that speed, just to show if you can't quite do your cardio as much, you are welcome to do it at whatever speed you're comfortable with.
This reminds me of when I was 18. Hands up.
Oh,
Just
no.
kidding. Just kidding.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it's gonna be an adventure today, I can see. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's got our bodies warmed up. So I'm pretty sure that's pretty close to 5 minutes. So what I'd like you to do first of all is, now that we're warmed up, I'd like to stretch this leg out to the side. Make sure your knee doesn't go over your toes. We're going to keep one leg long. We're going to keep our torso long. And we're going to go into just a tiny little stretch for our legs. And now we're going to go on the other side. Make sure your knees don't go past your toes. Keep your body long.
Past my toes.
Nope. You want to keep your body in line. There you go. We're going to do one more on the other side. And you don't have to do a deep stretch to do the stretch. You want to make sure you have your form and you're doing it from your hips. And we'll do the other side now. Okay, so now we're going to go back to center, and we're going to put our hands up, and we're going to do some calf stretches and calf raises. So we're going to go, we're going to do 6 again today. So we're just going to go up and down, up and down. 3, 4, 5. And we want to have our hands in, we want to have our shoulders down, but we want to have our arms long when we do this, and have our invisible string pulling us up. So now what I'd like to do is I'd like to go foot forward, point your toes, arms down, and back up. We're going to do 6 of these. So we're going to point. If you need to bend your knee, always feel free to bend your knee. Point and back. And don't forget to hold your form. You want your shoulders and your body in line. 4. Go down to where your shoulders meet. 5 and 6. Now we're going to do it the other side. We're going to hold our form and we're going to point our toes. And we're going to go 1. And don't forget, we don't want to move our upper body at all. We only want to move our toes and our arms. We want to keep our core totally stable. 4, 5, and we want to go and take our hands to our shoulders, and 6, and up. And now we're going to put our hands to the sides, and we're going to do 3 shoulder shrugs back. So we just worked our shoulders, nice and slowly. Feel this stretch. And then we're going to do 3 shoulder shrugs forward. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. And what we're going to do is we're going to reach our arm over, and we're going to bring it across, and we're going to feel it stretch this way. You don't want to turn your body, you want to just move your arm as far as you can, keeping your body centered. And then we're going to go back, and we're going to do it with the other side, out and over. And you want to keep your shoulders down, and you want to keep your body, you just want to move your arm.
My shoulders are down. Well, maybe not.
You just want to move your arm across. It's little tiny movements that make all the difference in it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do our neck stretches. We're going to go down. We're going to go to the side. And we're going to hold our body still while we do this and just move our neck and the side. And we're going to do 3 of these. To the next side. is our last one. So we've warmed up our shoulders, we've warmed up our core. Now let's do, I'd like to today do some a little bit of leg raises. We've just done our toe taps, so I'd like to just do some leg raises. So I'd like you just to put your arms up, and then we're going to bring our arms down, and the proper way to do this when we're doing this exercise is down, and then flat, and down, and flat. We have a palm in and a palm out, so we're not twisting our arm halfway through to hold our form. And what we're going to do is we're going to go forward, side, back, side, forward. And we're going to point your toe if you can. If you can't point your toe and you need to bend your knee, that's fine. And at the same time, we're going to do, our arms are going to go up, and then they're going to go down and down. So that's how we're going to do our next set of moves. We want to keep our core totally stable while we do this. We don't want to move. We want to move from our hips, and we want to move from our shoulders, and we want to keep our core in the same place. So let's go ahead and start this one. So we're going to start at center, arms out, and we're going to go forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do this exercise. We're just going to have our hands out, and we're just going to go forward and back, then forward and back. We want to keep our hands together, and we're going to actually do something different with our arms. Our arms are going to come in and out. So they're going to come in and out instead on our forward and back. And I'm not quite sure what he's doing because we haven't gotten to freestyle dance yet, but that's okay.
Well, it feels like a dance class.
It is kind of like a dance class.
It's an exercise class.
It is an exercise class. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have our hands here, and we're just going to move from our shoulders. Keep our shoulders down, move from our elbows. We're going to go forward and back, and forward. Point your toes if you can. If you can't, just feel free to bend your knee and just do a light tap. Forward and back. If at any time your shoulders get too sore or you find you're getting too tired, just feel free to pause me and take a break. Back, and one more. Forward and back. And now we're going to do it with the other side. We're going to go forward and back, forward and back, forward. I'm going to slow it down a little bit so that you can just see how it can be done at a slower pace. Forward and back, forward and back, forward, back. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to roll your shoulders back and just kind of stretch it out.
Now we can dance.
Now we can dance a little bit and just kind of, let your body move a little bit. Okay, so do you think we're warm enough to go to the floor? Should we try some floor?
I'm good.
Okay, let's grab our yoga mats and we're going to hit the floor. There's your yoga mat. Now I'm thinking I'll just probably go in front because I'm littler, so you can go behind me with your little yoga mat.
Which side is up?
Whichever one you'd like to be up. Okay, so there's a couple different ways we can get down to the floor. The way we're going to get down to the floor today is we are going to just do a little bit of a stretch. You're going to stick your butt out, you're going to bend your knees, and we're just going to do a little bit of a sitting stretch before we hit the floor. So we're just going to do a little sitting stretch, and then we're going to come up. So we're going to move our feet a little bit further apart. We're going to do a sitting stretch. And if by chance you can't do the sitting stretch, then you can just feel free to stand and just do a leg raise stretch like this. Just do a little leg raise stretch if you can't do the sitting stretch that we're doing. And make sure your knees don't go past your toes. And try to keep your body as flat as you can. Okay, so now let's go down to the floor. Not sure what he's doing behind me. Okay, let's just go down and we're gonna sit on the floor. Now there's a couple different ways you can sit on the floor, depending on how comfortable you are. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit pigeon with one foot on top of the other, or you can do the butterfly legs, whichever is most comfortable for you.
Neither.
I prefer. Wow. You thought this was easy. You thought this was easy. Now, what we're going to do to start our stretch is we're going to take and we're going to bend forward from the waist. I'm just going to back up a little bit. We're going to bend forward from the waist, and you're going to keep your body straight, your shoulders down, and we're just going to bend forward, and we're going to keep our bottom on the floor and bend forward as far as we can, and we should feel the stretch in our quad muscles. Making sure to keep your body in
I
a
feel
straight
something.
line.
I don't know if it's a stretch.
I don't know what to tell you. So you want to hold it, and then we want to come back up. And you don't want to lean with your shoulders. You want to keep your form straight, and you want to just stretch forward and bend at the waist. You don't have to go far in these stretches. It's more important that you hold your form because we're working on our core, building our core. And then we're going to come back up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put one leg out.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's better.
Is that better?
That's better.
Okay, well wait till you see the exercise that we do. You want to hold your body totally straight, and I want you to go to the center and bend forward as far as you can. You probably won't be able to go very far. I can't go very far. You want your shoulders back, and you want to hold your core form and bend from the waist. We don't want to bend over like this. We want to hold our form. Go down on the floor. I'm kind of sharing your yoga mat too. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go forward. This time. Okay, and we're going to come up and go back to center. And now we're going to do this with this leg. But this time what we want to do is we want to lean over, and we want to actually lean towards this leg, keeping our body straight. So we want to twist our hips and see if we can't go forward on the stretch. Keep your back straight. We're not leaning over to see how far we can go. We want our back straight. We want to bend from our waist. We don't want to lean and pull and push. If you need to bend your knee for this, that's fine. We're going to hold it for 3, and then we're going to come back up. We're going to do it at the other side. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to twist our waist, and then we're going to come down. And then at any time you need to take a break, you can always do child's pose. Child's pose looks like this. You just put your hands down in front of you, and if you need to stretch out, that's what you can do for child's pose. So if any time the stretches get too much, just feel free to take a break. Okay, so I think the next thing that we should do is we're going to lie down on the floor and do some leg lifts and some leg stretches. Are you up for that? That's an interesting look.
Bring it on.
Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's go this way. Okay, I need you to move your foot. So what we're going to do is we're going to get down on our mat. If you need to, and you have knee or hip problems, you can feel free to put a towel either by your back, by your hips, or whatever you need to give extra support. So feel free to do that. Now the first thing I think we're going to do is we're going to slowly roll down, slow and controlled, and I think we are going to do some leg stretches. So what we're going to do is we're going to have one knee bent, we're going to have one knee straight, and we're just going to do some basic, it's not nap time, some basic leg lifts. So we're going to take our left leg first, and we're going to take our left leg and we're going to take it up, bend your knee if you need to, and we're going to bring it back down, and we're going to do 6 of these. And 2, and 3, and 4, and I want it slow and controlled, and I want it moved from the hip. Your whole leg moves as one unit. And 5 and 6, and you want to keep your upper body totally still. Now we're going to put our left leg up, and we're going to do it with our right leg. And if you think that you're more advanced and you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you can put your arms across your chest. That'll decrease the stability, or you can still keep your hands at the side of the mat. So the choice is up to you. And we're going to do 6 again. We're going to move from the waist and bend your leg. 2, 3, 4. I see you there in my hair. 5. And we want it slow and controlled.
Oh, control.
Slow and controlled, and that's 6. So now, okay. I told you she was always part of exercises. So what we're going to do is, if you can do this with me, I'd like you to do tabletop. This is called tabletop. We're going to lift both legs up at the same time.
I call it painful.
Okay, well that's an interesting thing to call it too. You can call it whatever you like to call it. So what we're going to do is, from our tabletop position, we want to make sure we're at a 90 degrees and a 90 degrees. And I would like you to lift up one leg and then the other leg, slow and controlled. I want you to keep your tummy flat, push your belly button down to the floor. And if you would like to decrease your stability, you can either have your hands on the mat, or you can have your hands, and we're going to do 6 of these. You can also lift your head up if you'd like. If you're not comfortable lifting your head up, then feel free just to put your head down. How are you doing?
Showing off my sexy legs.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull our legs in. We're just going to gently rock side to side. That's right. Pull your legs in and just gently rock side to side. Go. Okay. So now I think that was a good start. What I'd like to do is I would like to try to do some scissor kicks. Now we're going to put one leg out and one leg up, and we're just going to gently bring up one leg, and then we're going to switch over to the bottom and bring up the other leg. And we're going to bring up one leg, and we're going to bring up the other leg. And you can bend your knees, always bend your knees. So we're going to do 6 of these. So 1, slow and controlled, 2, 3, 4. And it doesn't matter how high you can go. If you can only go this high, that's fine. And you should feel this in your upper body. 5 and 6. And now I want you to bring your legs in and rock from side to side. Okay. So now I think we're just gonna do a couple stretches on the floor. So what I'd like to do after doing that exercise, so we're gonna just push yourself up into a seated position. Push yourself
Can you
up.
help me?
Really? Okay. So we're gonna push ourselves up, and what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to have one foot crossed in front of you
I don't think so.
and the other foot crossed like this, and I'd just like you to have a gentle stretch because we just did a lot of work in our bottom. So you have one foot, yeah, that's right, and then this one sticks up like, put it up like this. Okay, if you can't move your leg over, like that.
Well, I can do it.
Okay, well if you can do it the way Rod's doing it, or if you can't move your leg all the way over because you don't have enough flexibility, bring it up like this, keep your body straight up, and just turn it towards the knee that is facing up.
Okay, baby.
Okay, so let's just do this. Keep your body straight and just turn it towards the knee that's facing up. With this position, you're facing this way. If you're doing this position, you're also facing this way. So you can feel the stretch. And you want to keep your torso straight and you want to twist from your waist. Now we're going to do it with the other side. So we're going to put like this. Oh, I just did this one. Okay, like this. Or if you need to, do it like this. And we're going to twist this way, yeah. And twist this way. And just feel the best you can out of that stretch after we've worked our legs.
I know, way.
Okay,
What do you think?
so now we're going to go back down to the floor. Again.
Yeah, let me roll my socks down. Looks more sporty.
Okay, be sporty then. Uh-oh. We'll have to cut this part out. So I'd like to go back to your mat again and lay on your side. And we're going to do some side leg lifts now. So if you need to put a towel between your hips, go for it. I do.
How about a pillow under my head?
It's not usually recommended. Okay, so we're going to stretch out like this. Make sure that your towel or your mat is comfortable. We're going to bend our knees. And we're just going to start off with have your top leg straight. And we're going to go up and back. You can keep your hand on your mat. If you want to decrease your stability, you can put your hand on your leg. And we don't want to go up very far. We want to make sure we keep our whole body in line and we lift from our leg. And 2, and we're going to do 6 of these. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to do nice, slow, and controlled. Now put your leg in front of you and just stretch it out. Now this time we're going to do it with a bent leg. I'm going to bend our legs, keep them at the 90 degree. And this time we're going to make it a little different. We're going to just see if we can bring it up into a clamshell. So we're just going to keep our heels together and move it up and back. And we're going to do 6 of these. 2. We want it slow and controlled, and we just want to move from the leg. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can put your hand in front of you if you need to. And we're going to put our leg in front of us just to stretch out. Then we have one more to do. So we're just going to take our leg, we're going to put it at the 90 degree, and we're going to lift the whole leg up. We want it slow and controlled. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to put it down and feel the stretch. If you want, you can massage your quad, and we're all done on this side, and we're going to move to the other side now. We're going to push ourselves up.
Oh, the other side.
And we're switching to the other side. So my little puppy will just have to move. So she'll have to take her ladybug and move. We're going to do the same thing. How are you feeling?
I'm fine.
Still think it's easy peasy? Okay, you want your body aligned at straight line with a 90-degree angle for the legs. The first thing we're going to do is put our leg out. You can put your hand here. You can put your hand in front of you for more stability. And we're going to go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to take a break. And if these are going too fast for you, you can always pause between sections and then just take your time in doing the exercises. Now we're going to do the clamshell. So we're going to go 1, 2. Remember to keep your body straight and in line. 3, 4,
I'm doing
5, and 6. We're just going to take a break. Bring your leg forward just to feel a little stretch. We're going to come back, and with a bent leg, we're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So bring your leg stretch in here. Okay, so we're going to push ourselves up, back to the center, and like both legs out. Bend your knees from the waist, and just bend forward as far as you can, keeping your knees bent. If you have to, you can hold your quads, you can hold your calf muscles to get as far forward as you can, and bend from the waist. If you can go straight, go straight. If you can't, that's fine. Bend from the waist and just feel the stretch, making sure that you're straight, shoulders down and back, and we bend from the waist forward. Okay, so I think that's all the exercises that we are going to be doing today. Would you like to do some more, or are you good?
No, we're good.
You're good? Okay. So thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed my video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and remember, be strong and be mighty. You've got this. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. So what did you think, Rod, of the exercises we just did?
I wasn't sure it was an exercise class, a dance class, or something in the middle, but
And
gentlemen, if I can do it, you guys can do it too.
okay, so it wasn't too much, it wasn't too hard, because you've never really done exercises like this for years, have you?
No,
No?
I don't do yoga or Pilates. I play around in the gym. We don't do the same kind of flexibility exercises and warm-ups as this does. So, yeah, it'll take a little bit, but overall, probably get into it with time and practice. So.
Perfect. Thank you for joining me today.
It was fun.
Okay.
That's it. Thanks.